All right, let's talk about grip, stance, posture, and alignment. So we're going to have a little bit of class participation. Raise your hand if you know who Ben Hogan is. And now raise your other hand if you're familiar with the book, The 5 Fundamentals of Golf. Okay, so Ben Hogan, who was arguably the best ball striker, the best swinger of the club in the history of golf, wrote a book called The 5 Fundamentals of Golf. And why is it, do you think, that he spent the first half of the book talking about everything other than the golf swing? First half of the book was spent talking about grip, stance, posture, and alignment, your setup position before you even think about swinging the club. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and how important it really is to get you set up for success. So let's talk about grip first. So if you're a right-handed golfer, we're going to start by putting your left hand on the club, and we're going to have this upside down V pointed at your right shoulder. We're now going to take your right hand and put that on the club, and also make sure that that upside down V is pointed at your right shoulder. So basically what you have is, instead of your hands neutral on the club, they are ever so slightly rotated clockwise so that you have both of those V's pointed at your right shoulder. You'll also notice that my hands are connected. Okay, they're not separated like this. That's how we play hockey. In golf, we want to make sure that our hands are connected. It doesn't matter if they're connected like this, or like this, just so that they're connected and two hands are acting as one. Okay, so some good visual cues are, make sure you've got those two upside down V's pointed at your right shoulder. Another visual cue is, do you see two knuckles on your left hand? Do you see the logo on your glove? The answer to those questions should be yes. So that's your grip. Now we're going to talk about stance. So stance is pretty straightforward, but it does vary a little bit depending on the type of shot we're going to hit. So for a simple chip shot, we're going to have our feet relatively close together. When we get into a pitch shot, we might open them up just a little bit. When we start getting into a full swing, about shoulder width apart. Okay, let's talk about posture a little bit. So posture kind of comes down to knees, booty, shoulders, knees, booty, shoulders. And you'll be able to see it best from this angle. So even without a club, the best way to make sure that you are in a good golfing posture is to just stand straight up and down, flex your knees a little bit, booty goes back, shoulders go forward, and you're going to keep perfect balance with your body weight going straight through the arches of your feet. So if I'm standing straight up and down, I'm just going to drop into that posture with my knees, booty, and shoulders doing this. And that's really about it. The main thing I want you to remember when you're doing this is feel like an athlete. Now, you're the only one that knows what feeling like an athlete means, but I want you to be relaxed and feeling like an athlete, not tense and wooden. And as far as how much booty back and shoulders forward should you have, that's up to you. I want you to feel comfortable, but what I would say is most golfers stand a little bit too upright. So if you're going to err on one side or the other, I would err on the side of a little bit more booty back and shoulders forward, as opposed to too little. Too little's got you standing too upright. If you're going to err on one side or the other, let's get right here, because what that's doing, it's creating space between body and ball so that you've got room to swing the club. So that's posture. Knees, booty, shoulders, weight going straight through the arches of your feet. Let's talk about alignment. So I'll start by saying most right-handed golfers aim too far right, and most left-handed golfers aim too far left. And if any of us had the answer as to why that's the case, we could probably make a lot of money. I have my own theory of why that is, and I think it's because most right-handed golfers and left-handed golfers line up too often with their feet as opposed to the face of the club. So I'm going to give you just 4 simple words to help you out with alignment. Far, close, face, feet. Far, close, face, feet. Best way to make sure that you're aligned at your target, identify a far target, walk it down to a close target that's on the exact same line as your far target. And then what you want to do is get the face of the club aligned to that target, and then your feet. So far, close, face, feet. So I've got a couple of alignment sticks right here, and what you can see is the orange stick is going to represent my feet, the yellow stick represents the face of the club. So I'm going to identify a far target, walk it down to a close target, set the face, then set my feet. Far, close, set the face, now set my feet. If you align feet first to your target, what's going to happen is that. And you can see if I set up with my feet aligned to the target and then set the face, as a right-handed golfer, I am always going to be aimed too far right, and as a lefty, I will be aimed too far left. So far, close, face, feet, that will help you get your alignment set to where you actually want to hit the ball. So grip, stance, posture, alignment, if you put all of those things together, that's going to get you into a good setup position, and you will be set up for success in your actual swing. That's actually a great title. I might use that for the title of this video. Thanks.